Okay, so let's take a look at this awesome live version of Streets of Fire from the Paramount Theatre in New Jersey, 2009. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'll play through the whole song complete with the homemade backing track, and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of A major, tempo is about 80 BPM, roughly the same, similar tempo as the original, and you've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chords here. You've got your standard kind of Bruce A. You play the middle 4 strings, so 0, 2, 2, 2 in terms of frets. Use your index finger there to bar the D, G and B strings. Then if you kind of slightly angle your finger differently, you put your ring finger, 3rd finger, 4th fret A, pinky 4th fret D. You've got this F sharp minor over C sharp. But in the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, I'm just going to refer to it as an F sharp minor just to keep it simple. It's a classic way of, you don't saves you playing the whole bar, and it's also really easy to switch from the A, the F sharp minor, and Bruce, I know Bruce and Steve like to use these kind of voicings. So F sharp minor over C sharp. Don't forget with the song structure, all my song structures will be in this description of videos. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. So hopefully that will help you break everything down. And any little kind of sort of asterisks there might give you a hint of what's going on. So the chords, so A, F sharp minor, and then you've got a D5. Now, because you've got to go to B minor here, you can play it in several different ways. Your 1st and your 2nd finger, 1st finger, 2nd fret G, middle finger, 3rd fret B. It doesn't matter if you hit the A string either too much. This is a D5, so 0, 2, 3 in terms of frets. 1st finger, 2nd fret G, middle finger, 3rd fret B, or normally I'd play a D5 like that. Because you're going to this kind of B minor, you can leave your middle finger there. So that's the D5 thing, yeah. B minor, by the 2nd fret from the A string, ring finger 4th fret D, pinky 4th fret G, middle finger 3rd fret B. Now E5. Now Bruce normally plays his E5s like with the full bar with his index finger barring the A and the D, but I think just watching the video here, he's just using his 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, using his index finger to block out the A. So you've got 0, nothing, 2, 4, 0, 0, really thick sounding E5 chord. So yeah, 1st finger, 2nd fret D, pinky 4th fret G, so a really nice sounding power chord there. So yeah, only about 5 chords there, which is fantastic. Also, just to mention, I'm going to go through Bruce's parts today, what I think roughly as close as I can with Bruce's parts. So massive guitar solos here. So if you want the guitar solos, there'll be a separate tutorial on Subscribestar. There'll be a walkthrough, and I'll go through all that. I'll be in the solo videos are normally a couple of days after these videos are released on YouTube. There's, as of making this video, there's well over 40, closer to 50 now. Just separate guitar solo tutorials on Subscribestar, or if you just want the tabs, if you get any tab using either Subscribestar codes or via jsmusicschool.co.uk, either in PDF or Guitar Pro format, you'll be able to get Bruce's parts, Stevie's parts, and also the guitar solos. So anytime you get a tab, you'll get all the parts that I kind of say are going to be in there in any video. Cool, so let's just take a look at the intro first. So again, this is a slightly different structure to the original, and also I've done a version on the live Atlantic Studios 1977 voices. So it's slightly different. There's, again, Bruce likes to keep us on our toes. So it's slightly different from the original and the other live version that I've already done on the channel. So feel free to check that out, that other live version, Atlantic Studios. So we're going to start off straight away. We come in with this A, and a rest or a mute. So 1, 2, and then and 3 and 4 and. It's very simple. Down, down, up, down, up. So 1, rest, and then up on the F sharp minor, up, tie, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. Now basically you do that 4 times. Feel free to really get some energy as well. So do that for 4 bars, and then it basically does A major, and there's a lot of feedback there. So you just do this A, and then stop. 3, 4, and you've got 3 more bars of rest. Okay, that's for the intro. Then the first verse, so the first and second verses are pretty much exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is play the second verse first. I'll show you why in a minute. So what you're going to do is kind of do this kind of classic kind of picking. Again, feel free to vary it up. It's kind of go down, down. So 1 quarter note on the A and 1/8 note. 1, 2, and then from the A string with the F sharp minor, downstroke, and then up on the B, up on the G, down on the D, up on the G. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So 1 quarter note, 6/8 notes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and for the second verse you do that 4 times. Feel free to embellish it. Just use this as kind of a benchmark kind of thing. But it doesn't do that in the first verse. It comes in. It doesn't do those 4 bars of A over that picking bar that we've just done. Okay, it's just in the second verse. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, which is the kind of picking pattern, but with D5 to B minor, down, down, then pick the A string this time, and then just the same as before, and then B, G, D, G, down, 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 up, down, up. That's the way I like to do the picking. You don't have to do that picking, just feels, as long as it's consistent, that's all good. So you do 2 bars of the D5 to B minor, and then you go back to the A to the F sharp minor. Then you have that awesome E5 chord, which I think sounds great, which is basically going to do your classic down, down, up, down, up. Feel free to do a little bit more picking if you want to. So 1 quarter note, 2/8 notes, so 1 quarter note, 6/8 notes, one of them was tied on the start of beat 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up. Just do that 2 bars as normal, then back to your D5 over B minor. Cool, so there are your first and second verses. So basically the same, apart from the first verse, you don't do the first 4 bars. It's just building up slowly with the piano. Yeah, so again, Roy is amazing on this. I aimed to get as close as I could on the backing track that I've made for this. Again, if you want the backing tracks, get them with the codes from Subscribestar to download at the shop, jasonrichscored.co.uk, or just get them straight away by going on there, instant downloads. So that is the first, second verses. Now the third verses is really bringing down the kind of dynamics of the song. It's really bringing it down, so then it explodes into the third chorus and second guitar solo. So the third verse, all I would suggest is doing this: 1, 2, and 3. Play it nice and quietly, or even turn your volume down, which Bruce loves to do. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. You can do it all downstrokes. So 1 quarter note A, and the rest on the start of beat 2, and then and of 2, F sharp minor. 1, 2, and 3, let it ring. So you do 4 times of that. It's the same structure wise. 3, 4, 1. Do that 4 times, then do the D5 to B minor. That's it. Then A to F sharp, minor again. And then start to build up with the E5 as normal. So 2 bars of E5, and then yeah, so as soon as you're on the E5, you're basically back to what you were doing before. Cool, so that's all the verses. First verse, second verse, third verse. Don't forget to cross-reference with the song structures. Okay, so now we're going to go through the choruses. So choruses, pretty straightforward, first 2 anyway. Okay, so yeah, basically you're going to do that classic that you did in the intro. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and basically going to do that 4 bars. So you're going to do that A to F sharp minor bar 4 times in the first chorus and then the second chorus. Now in the third chorus, he starts to do all these crazy riffs. Okay, so the third chorus is 4 times. So 4 times the A over F sharp minor. Okay, and he does a riff at at the end of every one. Okay, so let's go through those cool little riffs. So you start off with that. It's basically bar 4 every riff. So bar 4 of the first riff. So you start off right as normal. first one, 1 and 2, 3, E and 4. Okay, so A major, 1, and then full tone bend, 4th fret G. That's tight, that's basically 1.5 beats, and then grab 2-2 on the B and the E strings, and then E and So bend release on the 4th fret, pull off to the 2nd fret of the D, and then 4th fret D. So 1 and 2, 3, E and 4. So that's the first ending of the 4-bar phrase in the 3rd chorus. The second one, okay, so you've got your 3 bars of that. Then in bar 4 of the 2nd round, you're going to go 1 E and 2 E and. Okay, so A major, 1 E and, dotted 8th note, 3/4 of a beat, 1 E and then 2, bend release, 4th fret G, pull off 2nd fret G, and then 4th fret D, 1 E and 2 E and. And he's basically, he's really aggressive in this solo, so feel free to make it noisier. That's kind of part of the energy. I haven't always put the crazy sort of, sometimes he's just strummed the strings in between some of these riffs, so feel free to, it's, you know, really high energy and aggressive, so feel free to make it a little bit noisy. That's not a problem. So that's the second kind of ending of the 4-bar riff in the 3rd chorus. And the third one, so the third one comes in just before the start of this 4th bar. So you start off as normal in this bar 3 of the 4-bar riff, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, on the and of 4, slow bend, 4th fret G, and 1 E and the and of 1, grab the 2nd fret B and the E strings, and then got this fast, or now bend and release, 4th fret G, then 2nd fret G, then 4th fret D, and then 2nd fret either G or B. I couldn't quite work out what's going on there. And then it's so fast you don't have to worry about it too much. So then full tone bend, 5th fret B, grab the 2nd fret B, and then bend and release on that B note. Okay, so do that again slowly. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and like that. Okay, cool. And then we've got the 4th ending, so do that as normal, and then kind of building up to that the 2nd guitar solo. So 1, 2, 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and he starts that. So again, don't forget the solos will be any tab you get, and the solo video will be on Subscribe Star in a day or so. So you start with A, 1, and then 2, 2 on the D string, 1 and the rhythm there. Hammer on 2 to 4 on the D, and then 2, 2 on the 2, 2 on the G, and then slide 4 to 6, and then 5 on the B, 5 on the E. So 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Cool, so that's that cool 3rd verse. Again, you've got the same kind of 4-bar phrase, which is done 4 times. But again, the 3rd verse is quadruple the length of the 1st and 2nd. And at the end of every 4 bars, you've got this riff, okay? A different riff each time, which sounds awesome. Okay, so yeah, well, there are all the choruses. Let's go through the chords underneath the 1st guitar solo. So basically, structure-wise, it's pretty much the same or similar, extended to the verses, okay? But you want to kind of just do chords, basically. So this is, imagine, it's pretty much what Stevie roughly would be doing. Looking at the video, Steve does more power chords with the F sharp, just to thicken it up a bit. So this is just while the guitar solo is going. Yeah, so the 1st guitar solo chords, what we've got is basically A, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so 4 bars that as normal. So it's kind of like a verse, but with chords, strumming, I mean. then D5, B minor, A to F sharp minor. That awesome E5 chord. D to B minor. So that's kind of like a normal verse section, but then you just got A to F sharp minor for another 4 bars to finish off the first guitar solo. Cool, so that's the chords underneath the first guitar solo. Now we'll look at the chords underneath the second guitar solo. And basically, really simple, he just keeps going for the F, A over F sharp minor, and he does 16 bars of that. 2, 3, so 16 bars of that, and then he starts strumming it himself. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Maybe be a bit more aggressive in that. So he basically does another 3 rounds, but that's just without him. The reason I've separated that in the song structure because he's not actually soloing there, he's just doing the chords. So another 3 rounds of that. And then A basically pretty much hold for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then end on an A. Cool, so another awesome live version. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any questions about anything, let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Please give it a like if you've really enjoyed this video. And any other questions about Subscribestar, the website to get files, let me know. Thanks again for watching and tuning in. As always, see you next time. Cheers, bye. you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.